Blog Talk Radio.
What's going on, folks? It's your boy Long Beach Joe, and I am back at it again. I'm back at it again, man. Listen, we got a lot to discuss. Boy, oh boy, is there a lot of things happening, okay, with the New York Jets. For those of you that do not know, the Jets have traded for Davante Adams. Oh, baby. Oh, yes, they have, okay? Davante Adams is a New York Jet, for those of you that may not know. It is official, okay? The Jets also lost to the Bills Monday night, 20-23. We'll discuss that debacle. Also, the Jets are allowing Hassan Riddick to seek a trade. Woody Johnson said that himself. That's crazy. We'll be talking about a lot of things. I got to get into a lot of stuff, okay? And I can talk all day. So listen, I'm the man of the people. I'm here for the people. Let me shamelessly promote my Facebook page. Everyone go on Facebook, search The Long Beach Joe Show. Like that page. My content's up there. Go ahead and give it a listen. Message me. I'll message you right back. I love going back and forth with you folks about this football team. Also, leave me some feedback. I love hearing about what you folks think I do here on The Long Beach Joe Show. I truly do, okay? And I want to thank everybody that does that, all right? Leaves me some feedback, lets me know how you feel, what you're thinking, what you got on your mind about what I'm doing over here. I really, really appreciate it, all right? Your boy is also, okay, on iTunes. Going over to iTunes, type in The Long Beach Joe Show, The Long Beach Joe Show on iTunes. Okay, subscribe to the podcast and leave me a 5-star rating. And let me know, leave me some feedback on there as well. Let me know how your folks are feeling, okay? Again, I want to thank y'all. All of my overseas listeners, everybody that checks out my show from there, everybody that goes back and forth with me. It's crazy, okay, that people listen to me from so far away, but I definitely have to put that out there and tell y'all thank you. Ireland, Germany, UK, Australia, all those places. It's wild, all right? And I want to thank y'all for doing that, all of my listeners, but again, especially the overseas listeners. It's so crazy that you're so far away and you check out with your boy. So I want to thank y'all. Check in with your boy. So I'm also on Twitter as well, okay? For those of you that do not like me saying Twitter, you're just going to have to let it go, okay? Going over to Twitter, type in The Long Beach Joe, The Long Beach Joe on Twitter. Follow your boy. I'll follow you right back, okay? Let's go back and forth and have some spirited discussions, okay? I have a lot of fun on Twitter. I do. A lot of people want to argue with me. I don't really have a problem with that, all right? I call them spirited discussions, okay? So we have those over there. So come on over there and check in with your boy The Long Beach Joe. I am also, okay, for those of you that may not know, some people bumble into the show, on YouTube, okay? I'm on YouTube. Come on over to YouTube, okay? Type in Long Beach Joe Jets on YouTube, all right? Subscribe to the channel. Hit that notification bell so when I post content, you will be in the know, all right? Also give the streams a thumbs up. Share them across your social media with your friends and your family. And just know that, man, when you come over here, you're going to have to deal with some people, man. It's the savages, man. I call my chat the savages. You want to know why? Because they're savage. Listen, these people get after it, bro. These people get after it. And you got to watch it when you're dealing with them, all right? Point blank, period. You got to watch when you're dealing with the savages. If they don't like what you bringing to the table, if they don't like what you're saying, they're going to let you know, okay? They're going to let you know, point blank, period. And nobody's safe, not even me. Nobody's safe, okay? So come on over. Again, Long Beach Joe Jets, subscribe, and let's have that fun. We do a lot of live stuff over here, and we have a blast talking about the New York Jets, okay? And again, salute to everybody, you know what I'm saying? Saying your boy is handsome. I want to thank y'all for that, okay? Salute to all the beautiful ladies out there, all right? I appreciate you. So before we get into it again, listen, this is October, Breast Cancer Awareness Month. I want to put this out there again. I am a loyal supporter of the Susie G. Komen Foundation. Please, if you can, I have a donation link. It is in the chat. It is also in the description of the video. It's also over all of my content and my link tree everywhere. Please go to my donation page and get involved with donating to the Susie G. Komen Foundation. Anything you can give, okay? $1, $5, take one day where you don't have a coffee, give me $5, put that in. And again, that money goes directly to the Susie G. Komen Foundation. My page is directly tied to Susie G. Komen. That money does not come to me. And, help, spread breast cancer awareness. That goes to Susie G. Komen to help their research and help, people that are dealing with those situations. So please get involved with the Susie G. Komen Foundation, and please, hit my donation page to, again, spread breast cancer awareness and help for that to be done. All right. So I want to put that out there as well. So now we move forward, I want to talk to you folks about a trade the New York Jets just made. The New York Jets got Davante Adams. Oh, yeah. The Jets got Davante Adams, and boy, oh, boy, right, are things looking a little bit different around here, all right? The Jets traded for Davante Adams. Now, again, the trade has now been finalized. The compensation for this is a conditional third-round pick. At first, when the news first broke, it wasn't clear what third-round pick it was. Been made clear, I believe, through, different people that the Jets are giving up their third-round pick, because the Jets had 2 third-round picks, so we're keeping the Lions third. And that, that conditional third-round pick that we had could turn into a second-round pick, right? Now, how can this turn into a second-round pick? It can turn into a second-round pick if Davante Adams is a first or second team All-Pro, okay? So if he is a first or second team All-Pro, booyah, right? We give up a second-round pick. Or if he's on the active roster for an AFC championship berth with the New York Jets, or on the active roster for a Super Bowl, clearly with the New York Jets. So those are the conditions that it will turn into a second-round pick, okay? Now, before I give you folks my thoughts, really quickly, again, we're getting to the lines. 515-602-9639. Call in. I am taking all callers. We're getting to the phone lines quickly. Trust me, okay? Now, his contract, I'm a little worried about the future here with Davante, right? In 2024, he makes, over $11 million. Okay, cool, right? 2025, he's making $36 million. Then in 2026, he's making another $36 million. We'll see what the future holds here, okay? Could this be an 11-game rental? I don't know, all right? But, again, we will see. This is Davante Adams. He's here. This is a big weapon that the New York Jets just got to add, okay? This trade is pending a physical, dealing with a hamstring situation right now that he was with the Raiders. But, again, and I talked about this, I don't think that his hamstring is really that much of an issue. I'm going to keep it real with you. I think that, it's kind of an agreement, okay, between the Raiders and him to, hey, maybe you have a hamstring injury until we find a place to trade you to that will give us adequate compensation, okay? So it's just, everything's going to be cleared up and done with that. And, again, that's going to be said and done. So he's a New York Jet. The trade's official. Everything's looking good. Now, quickly, my thoughts. This trade was clearly a move done by Woody to move forward and save the season. Be completely honest with you, right? We needed another weapon, and Woody's not playing around. That's what you're seeing with this. Woody Johnson fired Robert Saleh in season. Never done that in his ownership history. And he made that move because he said, hey, this team is good enough to get to where it needs to go. This team is good enough to win it all, and I'm going to do whatever it takes. He said himself, this is the best team he's ever had during his tenure as an owner of the New York Jets. So here we are now with Davante Adams. This is a move that was made clearly desperate to save the season. And, again, this is a great weapon that we've got. And what we saw, from Mike Williams last night, slipping and falling, with everything on the line, running the wrong routes, as Aaron Rodgers clearly pointed out, not so good, right? So here we had another weapon where Garrett Wilson, we see, can really get things rolling. Alan Lazard was making plays, had a great catch on a Hail Mary before the half, that really helped the New York Jets stay into that game as well as been making plays. So now you add Davante Adams to that mix, and this offense becomes deadly. Now, I want to be clear about this. This does not fix all of the issues on the New York Jets offense. It doesn't. There's some issues up front, particularly along this offensive line. Tyron Smith, okay? We'll be talking about him tonight as well. Goodness gracious. This doesn't fix that. But this gives Aaron Rodgers another big weapon and a very familiar face. Now, my question is this. how quickly can he get on the same page with Rodgers in this offense, right? How quickly can the chemistry be built? I really wish that this move would have been done earlier because that would bode really well for the New York Jets offense. But here we are going into week 7, and we're getting this guy who's still a really good wide receiver in this league, but it's week 7. You know, how quickly can he pick up things? I know that him and Aaron Rodgers, he's already at Aaron Rodgers' house, for those of y'all that don't know. They were together today on Pat McAfee, and he crashed the interview, and he spoke about, you know, getting, you know, initiated quickly and still understanding a lot of the verbiage from the offense that's being ran here. There's a couple little different nooks and crannies, but we'll see how quickly things get picked up and how quickly things get rolling, okay? And again, my question is the contract, man, for the future. Can they work something out? Is he willing to give some money back? Can they restructure some things? What's going to happen going forward with Davante Adams? That's another question. But again, we know that everybody is focused on doing whatever it takes to get wherever we need to go for this season, okay? Also, the New York Jets lost the Buffalo Bills as well. Boy, oh boy, was that just a game that I wish the Jets would have handled business, bro. Oh. I mean, come on, man. Come on, right? So many opportunities, so many missed opportunities, penalties out the wazoo, sloppy play. The Jets, I think, had 11 penalties for 110 yards. Man, the Jets offense looked better than we've seen all season. A lot of motion. Todd Downing, I thought, did a good job with the play calling. Breece Hall went crazy. He had a really good game. Ran the ball, pretty solidly, man. Breece Hall looked better than we've seen him all season as well. Over 100 yards. He had 113 yards. Also had 56 yards in the receiving game as well. We saw, Alan Lazard handle business as well. Caught a touchdown before the half on a big Hail Mary. He had 114 yards off of 6 catches and a touchdown. Garrett Wilson was getting the ball put in his hands early and often in the game. He had 8 catches for 107 yards. But the New York Jets just constantly was making mistakes left and right. Making mistakes in critical times. Critical times. Couldn't finish in the red zone. I believe we were 1 for 4. One of those trips would have actually resulted in a touchdown had Tyron Smith not got called for holding. And then guess what? Our boy, the one we love so much, Greg Zuerlein, he ends up missing 2 field goals on the night. Oh, leaving 6 points on the field. Jeez Louise, man. It was just a night of missed opportunities. And the Jets defense was getting blown away all night. Oh, my goodness. The running game was insane. Ray Davis, no Cook. Ray Davis and Ty Johnson went to work, especially Ray Davis. The second he gets the ball in his hands, it was like the Red Sea party. There was no one there to stop him whatsoever. No one there. No one there. Every time the Bills ran the football, it was no one around him. He'd get the handoff, break the line, and there was nobody around him for like 5, 6, 7 yards. It was just him by himself, just doing his business and taking care of everything. It was insane. He was running over guys. The Jets were missing tackles left and right. It was rough. It was rough. It was really rough. And when it all came down to it, the Jets had a chance. They had a drive they could put together, move down the field, get a score. Aaron Rodgers drops back, trying to find Mike Williams. Mike Williams, first off, running the wrong route on the play. Second off, he's open. Aaron Rodgers launches the ball down the field. The man spins around for whatever reason, slides, and then falls down, and the ball gets picked off by a Bills player. Just a night of massive mistakes that cost the New York Jets and put us away. So we'll be talking about that. We'll also be talking about Hassan Reddick as well. He has been granted the ability to seek a trade. His new agent, Drew Rosenhaus, was at the game with Joe Douglas and, the rest of the Jet staff as well. They attended the game, try to work some things out. Clearly, things aren't going to get worked out, and they're letting him move on about his business. I said this. I said the Jets should allow him to seek a trade. It's not going to work, okay? Let's just move on from that guy, get the capital that we can back, and move forward. Also, for those of you that do not know, the Bills clearly trying to steal our shine, okay? The Bills have agreed to terms with the Browns on a trade to acquire Amari Cooper, okay? Buffalo will get Cooper and a 2025 sixth-round pick from the Browns, and the Browns will receive a 2025 third-round pick from the Bills and also a 2026 seventh-round pick, all right? So you can clearly see they hating. we can't get on the – we can't steal – they got to steal the shine here or try to, So they grab Amari Cooper, and they also grab the number one seed in the division as well, which stinks because they beat us, all right? So we're going to be talking about that tonight. Davante Adams is now a New York Jet. I am hyped about it. Are you? 560-29639 is the number. Call in. 515-602-9639 is the number. Call in. Again, when you call in, please be patient. We will get to everybody. Trust me. Also, when you call in, please make sure your background is clear of noise and you have a good phone line. For my new callers, hey, do not call in cursing. I'll get you out of here fast. I'm talking fast, bro. Faster than Tyron Smith can miss a block. That was fast. Faster than Tyron Smith can commit a penalty. Oh, baby, that was fast, man. Whoa. I'm talking faster than Tyron Smith can allow Aaron Rodgers to get sacked. Oh, that was fast. It's fast. It's fast, baby. It's fast, all right? Tyron Smith got on my nerves. There was a play where Breece Hall is coming around the left side, and that play could have went for big dividends. This man completely misses a block on Johnson, the Bills' corner. He could have cleaned his clock and sent him into another reality. He going to completely run past him and miss the block. And Johnson makes the tackle. Tyron Smith, man, you're flush, bro. You're flush, man. I'm tired. I'm so tired of Tyron Smith. 515-602-9639. Again, 515-602-9639 is the number. Call in. We're taking on callers. First, I'm going to Rusty. Rusty, I'm coming directly to you. Savages, again, continue to put your thoughts in the chat. I will come to y'all. Give the stream a thumbs up. Super chat is at the top if you want to give to the program. Cash App is at the bottom. Anything you give is greatly appreciated. But we're going to get to these lines, okay? First caller I'm going to is Rusty. We're going to Rusty. For those of you that do not know, this man Rusty, he's a savage. Rusty, salute. Good to see you in the building, man. Rusty, let's start with this. Davante Adams is a New York Jet. What are your thoughts on this?
Salutes, Joe. Salutes, fellow savages. Oh, boy. Last night was, ugh. But, yeah. I was chatting in your chat last night. I was like, yeah, whatever, man. Whatever it takes, get him in here. And so, yeah, I'm happy about that. Well, need that to happen. So we're going to see. And the way I see it, I'm probably going to be one of the most hated Jet fans. But what else is new? I see us possibly trading Garrett this season coming up. And then
Garrett Wilson
us too. So,
well, I look, I don't want to. I understand why some people, think that. We know that contract is massive. Maybe they'll be able to work some things out. Maybe he'll be willing to give back some money, as we saw Aaron Rodgers do. That's what I would think with this trade here. Because as you said, it's going to be very tough to afford him going forward if this contract stays the way that it does.
Oh, yeah.
Maybe this is a one-year rental. Like, we've all said as well. Maybe this is a one-year rental where we'll see the New York Jets move on from him after the season. But I don't want to speculate too much, or go too crazy because, again, there's so much time moving forward. But here he is here, right? And we have him in the building, and he's a big weapon. And, again, his familiarity with Rodgers is off the charts, right? They
Red zone
work in Green Bay. For years they played together. Yeah, always. So I want to get your thoughts on this. How quickly do you believe the chemistry, can be built here with the New York Jets now? Because we got, it's a lot of different characters, some guys on this team he's never played with before. Do you think he'll be able to quickly build chemistry in this new setting and produce here quickly with us?
Yeah, I think it's going to be instant. I think it's going to be something we're not used to, honestly. It's going to be one of those things, and especially recognizable in the red zone, because I see him see us as, lining up three wide receivers in the red zone, what do you call it, Davante, Garrett, and Lazy Lazard, and they're going to double team Davante, and then that's just going to open up two different avenues, and it's going to be something. And then especially too with Davante and Rodgers, they don't even have to say anything to each other, and they just have that chemistry. So those back shoulders, like what happened with Williams, and he falls down, and then all of a sudden he's like, "But it's not my fault, dude. You don't pay attention. It is your fault. You're about to be adios, and we hopefully can get at least a 6th-round pick for him or a 5th-round pick or something like that." But yeah, he's definitely on the way out, which then probably opens up Corley. So he might be, off the practice squad and might be getting some things, and same with Gibson too. So, I mean, with this actually opens up a lot of different things. And Davante knows the verbiage. He probably knows 98% or whatever. And then, I'm with you on that, where I don't think he had a hammy. He was just like, I'm going to have an e-break on this Raiders situation. And hopefully it's in our favor as a Randy Moss 2.0 type of thing, when everybody said that Randy was cooked when he went, to the Raiders, and then look what he did when he was with the Patriots. So it could, and he was around the same age as well too. So don't sleep on Davante. And so I think it's going to be, I think it's going to be shockingly beneficial to us in a good way. And it just sucks that we lost 2 games that are close that we should have won. At least 3 too. Denver, Vikings, and now this one.
Yeah, and that's where I want to go with you, because there's a lot of things moving and shaking right now. If we would have won that game against the Bills, we would have been first in the division.
Especially field goal post on a kick. You ever hear such a loud post? Oh my God!
It was so bad. But what blew my mind watching that game, Rusty, what blew my mind was the fact that I thought that Robert Saleh was still our head coach. The penalty issues did not stop. We saw a lot of the exact same things. 11 penalties for 110 yards in Jeff Ulbrich's first game. What are your thoughts about that, man?
Sickening. It's sickening. It really is. It's truly unbelievable, and in the crucial times. And it seems like those Whitecaps, too, they were playing that sarcastic ball thing, too. Rodgers nailed it. I was talking about it yesterday. I'm glad that he's going out and saying it. At least, he's probably going to see a fine, but whatever. They were making some outrageous types of calls, and especially, too, on who was it? Was it Williams, too, who got the holding penalty in the end zone when Allen ran right through? Meanwhile, it had nothing to do with the play.
Tyron Smith. That was Tyron Smith.
That's who it was.
Yeah. He didn't even need to do that.
Yeah, I know that, but it was outside. It was like how you can say an uncatchable ball. He took that guy out so freaking far, and by the time that he held him, he was already in the end zone. So then the refs are like, "Oh yeah, check this out. Look what I can do. Check me out. Look at me, Monday Night Football." It was just unreal with the amount of they're just ruining the game. They really are. It's just nonstop. What was it, 240 yards in total penalties between us and the Buffalo Miserables?
It was wild.
It was sad.
It was wild.
But we do cripple ourselves with our penalties. That's a thing. And also sitting there to waiting to getting delay of games again. At least I think we're down to 1, where it just seems like it's dwindling. But still, how can you not see that clock and just snap it? Or call a timeout. It's atrocious. It really is sickening. And just holding penalties, and I just want to see some refs hold. Yeah, that's the worst part.
The penalties in the clutch are it's just absolutely destroying us. I mean, so many ridiculous stuff. The pre-snap penalties are ridiculous. False starts, the holdings, and then again, you watch Tyron Smith just go out there and from missing blocks. If he makes that block, against that corner, Breece Hall probably takes that possibly to the house for a touchdown. He had some holding calls as well. He also let up some sacks too, again, getting beat clean. Yeah. It's frustrating to watch him, man. I want to get your thoughts on him really quickly. What are your thoughts about what we're seeing for Tyron Smith? Because this is like a couple of really bad games from him, man.
Yeah, that's not normal for him, and it chaps me, man. Especially too with that cornerback. He wasn't. He had the chance to not pancake. He was going to turn him into a crepe. Like,
yeah,
he should have creped him. And yeah, I'm with you with that. I lost my mind, lost it, and it's truly. It's like, wait a minute. So you're on the field playing for the first time, basically, in a long time, in over a decade, to where you're actually playing games. And why aren't you doing what you did in Dallas? What's the deal? Do we have to put Olu next to you or a tight end just to help you out? Like, why are you playing like a rookie or something? It's really weird. It's troublesome too.
It's wild, bro. It's wild. He frustrates me to no end, especially again with that block he had. Like you said, he would have destroyed that. Oh yeah. That corner, he should have absolutely destroyed and ran him over. But again, the Jets' offense, I thought, looked phenomenal, looked better than we had seen it in a while. Breece Hall, looked great as well, had over 100 yards rushing. He looks phenomenal. But one of the things, and my final question for you, the Jets' defense, they got dominated, man, especially when the Bills were running the football. I was blown away by how much space the Bills' backs had. The Bills had over 149 yards total rushing against the New York Jets. What were your thoughts about what you saw from there, man?
That was some bad Swiss cheese, man. Like, bad. We're lucky that we actually didn't – I thought it was going to be so much worse, but it still was bad. We need the big fatties of defensive tackles, someone to plug up the middles for real. Yeah. And it stinks, man, missing JJ and everything like that, because then he's Allen's kryptonite, that guy. Yeah. He really is. Then, of course, Buffalo doesn't get holding calls because they've been holding McDonald the whole entire game.
All game.
Crazy. But, but the running game, that was just purely atrocious. Really, oh God, it's like really, and then they were trucking our safeties too. It's really
mind blowing. Yeah,
it really is. No sacks, really.
And then again, you get Zerline missing 2 field goals as well, 1 from 32, which is close. Ridiculous. Then you got him missing 1 from 43, 6 points left on the field. So many opportunities for the New York Jets to take this game, and we did. And Aaron Rodgers said just that as well. Now, before I let you go, Rusty, Steelers coming up Sunday night, man. What are your thoughts about that game quickly? What are 3 keys to victory for the New York Jets, and what's your final score for that game, man? Final score prediction.
We in Pittsburgh?
Yeah, we're going to be in Pittsburgh for that one.
I think we finally break 25 points. I think it's going to be 25-13 us. But
25-13.
We better use Allen.
Yeah, 25-13. Rusty, I got to slide off. Lines are hot. Yeah, absolutely. Lines are hot. I got to slide off. Thank you for calling in. We're going to keep getting to these lines. Again, 515-602-9639. Again, 515-602-9639 is number. Call in. Again, when you call in, please be patient. We are getting to everyone. Salutes to all the Savages in the chat. I see you in the building. Adrian Gutierrez says the field goal kicker needs to go as well. The field goal kicker has lost 2 games already. And he also says they need to trade Riddick for a defensive tackle and a run stopper. Oh, baby. We need to get whatever capital we can get for that guy and get him up out of here. I told people I would welcome him back with open arms. But if he wants to go and that's what he wants to do, then goodness gracious, get him out of here. All right? What a rough trade. That did not work out in the Jets' favor. Salutes to all the Savages in the chat. We will continue to come back to y'all. Okay? Keep putting your thoughts. I will come to y'all, okay? Davante Adams is now a New York Jet. All right? And I am hyped and excited. Next, we're going to Nico. Nico, I'm coming directly to you, okay? For those of you that do not know, Nico, oh, baby. Let me tell you something. This man, Nico, he is a known, I'm talking about a known savage. Nico salutes. Davante Adams is a New York Jet. A lot of people talking about that contract, $36 million in 2025, $30,026. I don't believe that those years are guaranteed. Those are non-guaranteed years, but that $11 million that he's making in 2024 is what it is. What are your thoughts about this trade by the New York Jets to grab Davante Adams?
Salutes, my brother. Salutes. Joe, I know
Salutes,
this is Joe. I know this is your show, Joe. But can we say that for the last? And can we talk about the bad first? Can we say Davante for the last, because that is good news. But can we get on this team real quick? Can we do that first, Joe? I know it's your show, man. I know you do things your way, but I was so disgusted last night watching this monstrosity of a game.
Mm-hmm.
This defensive line, we don't have one.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know what was out there last night, but we don't have one. They
we
had
don't.
their way with us. They had their way with us when I thought it was going to be the other way around. We was going to have our way with them. I'm looking at this game. I'm looking at the pressure that they were putting on us, and it looked like what we did to them last year, how we did them last year. They did us the way we did them last year.
Mm-hmm.
This is unexcusable to watch this defense. Everybody saying it's such a good defense. Look, we got some good corners. We got some good linebackers. But if you ain't got the front four, you got no defense. You got no defense.
Yeah.
And Allen was doing what he wanted to do. Why? Because they was controlling the defensive line. He was getting all those runs. Why? Because they was controlling the defensive line. And when he did get out of line, I'm going to say last year when he did get out of line, we got him. This year, this game, you didn't see that. Mm-hmm. I mean, Mosley was playing. I didn't even know he was on the field. I didn't see him. Look, we could bring in Davante. It's all good. We still got a lot to do on the defense, bruh. We got a lot to do on the defensive line. You could bring in Deion Sanders, a rookie Deion Sanders, and it wouldn't make a difference if that defensive line ain't holding, ain't pushing. There was no push last night. No push.
No resistance. There was no resistance at all from the running game. And you know what the worst is about this, Nico? The worst thing is about this, and that's why I said, I'll allow you. I'll allow you to go ahead. Listen, James Cook was not out there. That was Ray Davis and Ty Johnson doing what they did. That was Ray Davis running over people. I'm talking running through. He ran over Ashton Davis. He ran over a couple of dudes. I'm talking moving and shaking. Once he got the handoff to the line, it was like nobody was there for 5 yards. And he had 5 full yards to build up a head full of steam, and then he was running straight through people consistently all night. This New York Jets defense still clearly has an issue with tackling. There were so many guys just getting thrown all over the place, guys whiffing and missing tackles constantly. One play, Davis had got the ball, and he broke the tackle of 2 guys as he got past the line of scrimmage. It was insane. It was insane to watch this. I'm just blown away by this continuously being an issue. And we talked about this in the offseason coming into the season. Everybody was like, you know what? The staple of this Jets team is going to be our defense. Our defense is going to lock people down, and it has not been like that, especially against the run. We're getting cooked. And it's mind-boggling. I don't know exactly what to do. Michael Clemens is the guy. I'm calling him out right now. Michael Clemens was terrible last night. He was terrible. He was terrible.
What do you mean last night? Every night he's out there, he's terrible. I went to the 49ers game. I had people on the 49ers say, "What's up with 72?" I said, "I don't know. I don't know what's up with 72." But he's like a big guy that's just waste out there. Clemens is not. I don't know what they saw in him, and I don't know what they saw him doing training camp. I don't see it. It's 3rd and 4, and the game is on the line. Allen is you got to contain it. Where was he at? He couldn't contain it. He could not contain it. This dude is not a good defensive lineman. I don't care how big you are. If you can't move with that weight and know how to shift it and move, what good are you, man? Come on. Why is he out there?
Yeah.
Everybody.
It's mind-boggling.
When Salah's like, he's good. He's going to – good where? What are you looking at? I mean, I see nothing from this dude. Nothing. Remember the touchdown that Allen threw? They was at the 15 or the 10. You know who he went under? That was Clemens.
Yeah, that was
Clemens.
Clemens. Yep, he sure did. And you know what's mind-blowing about that? Josh Allen is like 6'5" or 6'6" or something like that. How the heck do you lose an oak tree ducking down under you? How do you do that? That man is like 6'5". How did he duck under you, get under you, and then take off? How? How's that possible? Clemens. It's blowing my mind. And Greg Zuerlein missing those field goals drove me crazy. I'm insane. But Nico, let's get back to this. All right, let's get back to this. Davante Adams, we lose the game. Okay, 23-20. We take that L, but then we wake up to a W. Davante Adams is a New York Jet. What are your thoughts about it, man?
Thoughts? Like I said, I'm happy. I had a feeling it was coming. It's a good move. It's going to be a good look. Aaron got a guy he can really rely on because you ask me, I think Aaron don't trust a lot of receivers on his team. I don't think he trusts them. And to play with Rodgers, he's got to trust you.
Yeah.
He's starting to trust Wilson a lot more. That pass that he threw to Williams, I have no idea. Did you see that banana on the field? I saw a banana on the field. I don't know if you saw it, but there was a banana on the field. I don't know if you saw it, but I saw a banana. Yeah, you ain't seen it.
Maybe it was one of those. Maybe it's one of those turtle shells from Mario Kart that hit him and he spun around and fell down. Maybe that's
you
what
know
it
what?
was.
I didn't think of that. That might have been that one too.
Yeah.
I thought Mario might have
slid
it on the field right at the right point.
Yeah.
But I'm glad they got
was.
Davante. He's gonna work good with Aaron. I'm hoping that it solves some of the. I can really say we don't have issues with our receivers besides catching. It's that offensive line, that daggone Smith. Oh my! You know what? When he got beat like a drum, and I mean he got beat like a drum, and Aaron got blindsided from the back, I would have took him out and put Olu for Shana. How much worse could that have been? You know what I mean? How much more worse could that have been? How much more worse? I think having Davante is a real good plus. Yes, it is. I love it. I love the move. But that offensive line, the penalties, 11 penalties for 120 yards? 11 penalties?
11
don't get me wrong. Some of those pass interference calls, I'm not understanding what are these refs seeing. I'm not understanding what are these refs seeing. But the hold on Smith when we just scored, you didn't even have to hold him. He was already past that guy. You didn't even have to hold him. He was already in the end zone. But then once again, is that that should have been a no call because he wasn't going. That player had no effect on that play. So should that have been called?
Listen, I understand that, but here's the deal. You already know what time it is, okay? We're all Jets fans. We know the refs want to work us over when they can. If it's you already know, bro. If this is a done deal, you don't have to do it. So why would you even put yourself in a position? Don't do it. Don't do it. Just don't hold him. That guy is nowhere near Braylon Allen, and even if he is, he ain't gonna stop Braylon Allen, dog. Like damn near nobody in the league can. Like there's very few people in the league that want to go head to head with Braylon Allen. We've already seen it with a head full of steam. So what is the point to you doing that, bro? And he's a veteran. That's the worst thing. If this is Olu, if this was Olu Fasanu, we would be like, okay, well, he's a young guy, even though that's a bad penalty, but he's young. No, this is Tyron Smith. He's been in the league for years and still doing idiotic stuff like this, on top of costing us on other plays as well, holding calls, pushing us back. Then you missing blocks. You getting Aaron Rodgers blasted. Like this is ridiculous, man. This is ridiculous. And I can go on and on, but my final question for you, Nico. Steelers game coming up. Give me your 3 keys to victory for the Steelers game, and give me your final score prediction.
Number 1, protect Aaron. Number 2, offensive line. And number 3, defensive line. Those are the keys to the game. We need to get can we get our Woods back? Can we put him back on there? Can we get somebody? Can we get some big pork eating guy that needs some beef up in the line? Can we put somebody in the middle to stop?
Y'all want Sheldon Rankins back, huh? Y'all want Sheldon Rankins back? Y'all want Quentin Jefferson back? Y'all want Al Woods back now, huh? Okay.
Hey,
okay.
You see what they're doing with Reddick, right? Hey, I'm just keeping it 100. I'm keeping it 100. I'm keeping it 100. Can we bring one of them back? Just one?
Yeah.
I don't know. I'm hoping, man, they score over 24. So I'm gonna say 24-21 Jets.
Okay, 21-24 Jets. All right. Salute to Nico. Again, I want to thank him for calling in. We're going to keep these lines moving. The lines are hot. We're going to get to everybody. 515-602-9639. Again, 515-602-9639 is the number. Call in. We're taking all callers. When you call in, please make sure that your phone lines are good, okay? Don't call me from a phone that you found in a Home Depot dumpster. Also, my new callers, when you call in, please don't curse on my show. I do not allow cursing, all right? I'll get you out of here fast. I'm talking fast, man. Faster than Tyron Smith can hold, man. This guy loves flags, man. He's a flag guy. Every time he moves, he gets a flag. Every single time. Just a flagger. That's what he's bringing to the table. He's going to get flags left and right. Yellow flags are going to just fly, all right? Jeez Louise. It is insane. We'll keep getting to these lines again. 515-602-9639. 515-602-9639 is the number. Call in. Next! We're going to JJ. JJ, we're coming directly to you. All right? We're going to hear from JJ. For those of you that do not know, this man JJ, he's a savage. JJ salutes, man.
Salute,
the New York Jets
salute.
Making moves, okay? We lost to the Bills 20-23. That was a rough loss, but the Jets end up with Davante Adams, made a trade and got him in the building. What are your thoughts about the move the Jets made to get Davante?
Salute to you, brother. Listen, yeah, man, I mean, you got to be excited. You got to be excited, man. Like, we know he's got the chemistry down pat with Rodgers. And I think it's going to help Garrett Wilson out, less attention on him. So, great move. I mean, you didn't give up a first. So, yeah, you got to, this is win now time, right? So, yeah, it's exciting. It's exciting for sure. He's over that hamstring, I guess, in quotes, right? So, I don't know if that was a little fake hammy, but hey, he's healthy now, it looks like, right? So it's exciting, man. But I can't be totally excited because I'm still just that was probably the most
disgusted by that
frustrating.
Loss.
Oh, my God. You have no idea.
Yeah.
I was just pulling my hair. I'm throwing my damn TV control. Like, I got to talk about Tyron Smith. You said
Go
it
ahead,
perfectly.
Man.
That you said it perfectly. The play on the outside, that's probably a touchdown. At least a huge gain at minimum. And he just whiffs on the outside. I mean, I would have made that block. You would have just run right next to him. That's all you had to do. It's not like you had to, make this insanely great block. There's one guy there. Just, sitting like, oh, my God, I was going nuts when he missed that block. He just totally whiffed. I mean, come on, man.
It's mind-blowing. It's completely mind-blowing. That block, the reason why I highlighted that is that he literally is like running past the guy. If you watch anybody who watches that play back, he is running past the guy.
Past him.
Like he's not even there. And even Johnson himself stopped because he was like, oh, my goodness, I'm one-on-one with this big guard, a big tackle, and I'm about to get crushed. He stopped in his tracks like, I got to. And then Tyron Smith literally runs past him and then realizes, and tries to break back to his right. And that's when Johnson was like, and then kind of just went around him. Johnson himself, you could tell he was shocked, like, oh, no. Actually, yes. And then he made the play. It's just mind-blowing.
That was probably as many frustrating plays as there were last night. That was number one for me. That would have been a huge, huge game, man. That was a killer. Again, it's not going to show up in it's not going to show up on the box score or probably any of the highlights on ESPN, but that was an absolute kill. That might as well have been a damn turnover.
Yeah.
I mean, that's how devastating missing that block was.
It was rough, JJ. But I want to get your thoughts on this. What were your thoughts about the way that the offense looked outside of Tyron Smith and the line and stuff? What were your thoughts about what you saw from the play calling side? I really thought that Todd Downing did a good job last night calling plays and calling the game. How did you feel about it?
No, I agree. The offense, hey, if you want to take any positives from a devastating loss, that's it. You know, I think the offense looks good. Yeah, there were a few killer penalties, the holding, of course. There was Tyron Smith on the touchdown, you know, but there were some just, you know, obviously the last play, Williams falling down. But I think the offense, you definitely got to take some positives, and then you throw in Davante now. I think things should be on the upswing, you know. I think it should be up from here. But, again, as excited as I am about Adams, is he going to fix this terrible D-line? Because that's what it is. It's a terrible defensive line. It's a terrible defensive line. I got to talk about two guys real quick, if you don't mind, on this D-line.
Go ahead.
Kinlaw and Michael Clemens. When these two are getting as many snaps as they are on this D-line, that's just all you need to know about how pathetic this defensive line is. Those guys are awful. I mean awful. Capital A. Michael Clemens, listen, this guy, the biggest player of the game, like the previous caller said. What does he do? He loses contain. Everybody knew he was, I mean, it was so obvious what Allen was going to do right there. Everybody knew. He loses contain. Listen, you want to be this big, tough guy. You want to look mean. Listen, Deion Dawkins, I hate him. He's an irritant. He runs his mouth. But what does he do? He backs up his talk. He's a great player. Say what you want. I can't stand the guy. But he's a great player. He backs it up. Does Clemens back up his toughness or whatever you want to call it? He acts tough? No, you don't. You were a no-show. Dawkins dominated you all night long. You were a no-show. The only time I mentioned your name was on the biggest play of the game, where we could have got the ball back with over a minute and 30 to at least get in field goal range to tie it, which you probably would have missed again anyway. But the biggest play of the game, where are you? You lose contain. What are you doing out there? He's just, you know, again, Deion Dawkins, can't stand the guy. He's a great player. He backs up his trash talk. And you don't, Clemens. Kinlaw, he's getting pushed back like I've never seen before. On some of those runs, he was basically in the damn secondary. Like he was getting pushed back so far. It was almost off the screen. And these two are getting the amount of snaps they're getting. This D-line is atrocious. It's awful.
Yeah.
It's awful.
I'm telling you, they got blown up. I'm talking blown up all night against the Bills in the running game.
Absolutely.
But another guy that I just leaves me shaking my head, Greg Zuerlein. Missed two key field goals against the Bills on Monday night. One from 32, one from 43.
Just brutal.
I don't understand. We started to see the cracks in preseason.
Right.
Anybody remember
and nobody
that?
talked about it because it was a preseason.
Nobody talked about it. I said a little bit about it on my show. I was like, that's a little strange, but, you know. But we're starting to see it more and more where he's missing kicks, and it's costing us. What are your thoughts about his situation right now, JJ? And are you concerned to the point where if you were the Jets general manager, would you bring in some competition for him?
Yeah, I mean, how much longer are you going to – I mean, he cost us 2 weeks in a row. I mean, you're going to have to. Like, I know he's got a bit of a track record, right? But enough is enough. He's cost us, you know, critical games, critical moments of the games. These aren't, you know, first quarter, whatever. These are late, crucial misses. Killers. I mean, if this keeps up, you gotta bring in somebody. I don't know who's out there. You know, I don't know, but those are just devastating. Again, I can't remember a game that made me just want to pull all my hair out like that one. That was just that was gut wrenching in every sense. Can I talk about Breece Hall for a second, if you don't mind?
Yeah, go ahead.
All right, cool, thanks. Listen, like, I know stats-wise it was a good game, but even yesterday it had me wanting more. You have to score a touchdown on that play. You have to score him. You have to get in the end zone. There's one guy there. All you have to do is cut to the inside. And when he didn't score, I said it to myself, we're not going to get a touchdown. I just knew it.
Yeah.
I would have bet like anything. You have to score right there. I'm sorry, Breeze.
No,
listen,
JJ. I hear what
come
you're
on,
saying.
man.
I understand it, and I understand wanting more. But I tell you what, this is the best that Breece Hall has looked like dang near all season. I mean, this game, even though we lost it and we're all frustrated and upset, this is the best the offense has looked all season. Even when we dominated them, it didn't look as fluid as this. There's some things that need to get fixed and shored up, of course. Especially the offensive line. There's some issues there. Mike Williams, we got Davante Adams now. We'll see how quickly he's implemented into the offense. But let me tell you something. The play calling, the motion, the pre-snap motion, you could clearly see that the Bills' defense was affected by that. You could tell that they didn't really know what was going on at times, and it was a lot of plays, big plays that were thrown at them where they were like, whoa, and they were caught, on their heels, and they were caught sleeping as well. So I like the play calling, and I understand. You want to see Breece take it to the house, get a score, and handle business there. But I thought that Breece was solid. I thought that Breece was I thought that Breece was solid. I thought he was solid.
Yeah, right. But like I called, my previous call, I did say that the Bills are the worst run defense, so I kind of want to see this again. Like I want to see more before I say, okay, this is the running game we're going to have now. Or was it just because that was a terrible run defense that the Bills have had so far? So we still got to see more. I got to see more.
Yep. No, listen, you're speaking facts right there. So, give me your 3 keys to victory against the Steelers. And give me your final score prediction for the upcoming game.
All right, so it looks like they made a switch from Fields. Surprised, 4-2, but I guess, I know Fields wasn't lighting the world on fire, but it looks like Russell Wilson is going to be the guy now. So that, in a sense, maybe it's not terrible because I would worry about Fields, with his feet. Wilson can move a little bit, but obviously not like Fields. I would just say, man, key number one, O-line. Watt, he's a beast. If he's lined up at all versus Tyron Smith, he might have to give him a little help out there. That could be a rough sight for Mr. Rodgers. And then this run game again. Breece, we need this again, man. You gotta, and then pressure. D-line, man. I'm not expecting, again, I think this D-line is terrible, but I need McDonald to step up. Clemens, can you do something out there besides looking tough? Can you make a play? Can you get pressure? We gotta get pressure. I want to see Garrett Wilson just continue playing well. He's had 2 good games in a row, so that's good to see. So just protect Rodgers. Obviously, maybe double Watt. You got to be careful there. They don't really worry. I'm not too worried about their passing game. The offense is kind of, it's not that good of an offense. The defense is very solid. So I'll just say don't have crucial turnovers, especially in the red zone. And we've got to punch the ball in the end zone. Just too many drives where we just can't punch it in. We have to punch it in there, man. Yeah.
Facts,
so,
man.
but I think
Facts,
Jets win, man. 20-14, Jets win. Appreciate you, brother.
20-14.
Yes,
JJ,
sir.
I want to thank you for calling in. Next time I have a show, I want to hear from you, all right?
Yes, sir.
Absolutely. Listen, a lot of things moving and shaking with the Jets, man. Also, the New York Jets have put Clark, our safety, Chuck Clark, they put him on IR as well. If I forgot to mention that, okay. He's going to be gone for a bit, at least I think like 4 games. So it's looking like Ashton Davis is going to be the guy there. Ashton Davis, man, he left a bit to be desired as well. He got cooked by Mac Hollins. He got routed up by Mac Hollins for a touchdown. And when I tell you Mac Hollins shook him out his boots, he stumbled. He stumbled He stumbled and almost fell down in the end zone, and Mac caught an easy touchdown. It was wild. But we'll see what happens going forward. It looks like Ashton Davis is probably going to be the Jets' starting strong safety while Chuck Clark is out. I would like to see Isaiah Oliver get a chance. He made some plays last night. But we'll see what happens going forward. Ashton Davis, he also got blown up and missed some tackles, too. It was a rough night, man, for the Jets defense at times. It really was. But we'll see what happens going forward if we can get things figured out and shored up. We're still in it, okay? The Jets still have a chance to handle business here. The season is not over whatsoever by a long shot. We're 2-4, still early. And we got Davante Adams. But we've got to figure things out, man, fast, real fast, all right? We're going to keep getting to these lines again. 515-602-9639. 515-602-9639 is the number. We're taking all callers. Again, Savages, please continue to put your thoughts in the chat, okay? Please continue to put your thoughts in the chat. I will come to y'all, okay? A lot of people, spitting their takes in there. Sean Bennett, salutes and respect to you, says, I hope Aaron Rodgers and Davante Adams are out there slinging the ball around to shake off the rust. I hope so too, man. I hope so too. Because let me tell you something. He needs to be implemented immediately. Because Mike Williams, he was annoying last night. We saw drops. We saw him missing that crucial ball. And he was wide open. I don't know why he spun around the way he did. And he slipped and he fell. I don't understand it. Salutes to GVH, another Savage in the chat. He says, we got so little pressure last night. I was hoping we could get Reddick on the field. Q is, and he means Quinnen Williams. Quinnen Williams is underwhelming this year, and teams only need to focus on Will McDonald. Yeah. One of the things, I don't expect Q to be a big sack guy, but what is going on in the running game? That's supposed to be his calling card. What? Guys are just getting blown off the line. It's insane. So we'll get back to these lines again. 515-602-9639. 515-602-9639 is the number. Call in. Next! We're going to Val. Val, we're coming directly to you. Okay, the circus begins. For those of you that do not know Val, he's a savage. Val, salutes. We're sitting here talking that talk, man. We'll talk a little bit about Davante Adams in a second. I want to talk to you about this Bills loss, man. Jets had a chance to grab first place, end up losing to the Bills 23-20. So many missed opportunities for the New York Jets in this game. What are your thoughts on it, man?
Man, oh man, where do I start, man? Salute Joe, salute to all the Savages and everything. But this is another game that we should have won. This should, like I said in the chat, this should have been 26-20. What was it? 23? They got 26-23. I mean, come on, man. Greg the Leg. What happened to Greg the Leg last year? Last year, he was saving us last game. We was winning games we wasn't even supposed to win, and we won those games because he was hitting every single field goal. This man was damn near I would say all-pro last year. He was almost there. This guy was on point, and now it's just he's missing field goals. He's not playing good. And then, wow, Tyrod Smith. I'm just, what is going on? So we got rid of the last guy from last year. I can't think of his name. But, yeah, we got rid of him, but he's not. No, not Becton. Becton was probably bad as well, too. But the other guy
Dwayne Brown.
Dwayne Brown. Yes, Dwayne Brown. Mm-hmm. There we go. Yeah, Dwayne Brown. He was just he's basically kind of playing like him, but now he's getting penalties. I'm like, he's a veteran. This is a person that is possibly going to the Hall of Fame or something, but this man is not playing good at all. I'm sorry, but and I felt sorry about Aaron Rodgers getting hit all those times and stuff like that. And Mike Williams, oh my God. This is the thing that I'm talking about with Mike Williams. He's not calling for the ball. He's not running the right routes and stuff like that. It's just like he's just basically out there just being a decoy and just not even, playing up to standards at all. It's just like he's just basically roaming around, and this is not the type of player that we needed. That's why I said that we needed to make a move, and I know we're going to get to that real quick, but I still got to get to this game and still cook because I got some names. Michael Clemens. Yes, Michael Clemens. What are you doing?
Cook.
How did you let this man, Josh Allen, get past you, and you have all this muscles? You're supposed to be the Debo, and what's going on? Like, you're not showing up. You're not showing up to these games, and it's just like, man, you're just looking at this like, damn, why did we get rid of JFM? This type of game is what we miss of Jermaine Johnson. Jermaine Johnson was missing from this game, and JFM was missing from this game as well too. And Quentin Williams, I understand you get double team and triple team and everything like that, but come on, man, you're getting the big bucks, and we're supposed to see the product out there. No, there's no way that they have backup running backs out there and just running all over us. You had Tyler Johnson. He used to be in our team, and now he's out there just running like a freelancer. It makes no sense. Then on top of that, you got Kinlaw. Kinlaw, like, what are you doing, man? Like, Kinlaw is out there just making foolish plays, getting penalties after penalties, and it's just like, come on. You're supposed to be a professional. And of course, you're not JFM or anything, but come on, man. Like, this is the thing. We got rid of too much dogs from that defensive team, the defensive line, and we were just basically just hoping for the best, that we're just gonna go out there and everybody that we bring here is gonna actually show up. And we're definitely missing Al Woodson. I hear you bring that up a lot as well too, because he was definitely great for us, especially when it came to the run block. But it's just like
Al Woods, yep.
And I can't. Yeah, Al Woods. Oh yeah, Al Woods. I'm sorry. Yeah, and then on top of that, you have what's his name? Ashton Davis. Man, Ashton Davis was getting cooked out there. Ashton Davis was getting cooked. He did get a good tackle in and stuff, but and then who else, man? It's just so much, man. You got Reed. I'm like, come on, Reed. Reed was playing so well until this game, and I understand he got injured towards the end, but too many pass interference. They don't have a number one wide receiver out there, but now, that they got this man Cooper now, but still, man, you got to really show up and show out, and plus you're playing for a contract. I know it's not going to be with us, but, at the end of the day, you're still here, and you got a chance to actually get a Super Bowl ring and stuff. But it's just too much going on with this team, and it's ridiculous, man. And like I said, I just hope this turns around. And again, we're just lucky Cook didn't play. Cook didn't even play in this game. They had injuries on their side as well too. Yeah. And then on top of that, Von Miller didn't play in this game. So come on, like this was supposed to be the game that we're supposed to win. We gave up 3 games that we were supposed to win. We're supposed to be 4-1 right now. 4-1. Product got to be better out there, and too many penalties. The penalties are still there, man. The penalties are still there. The coaching has to get better, and I will say the offense was much better from the last couple of games. I see the improvement. And Breece Hall, thank you for finally showing up this season. I'm glad that you're back, but man, I wish he would have had that touchdown. And Garrett Wilson with the pass that he got in the end zone and then it got knocked out. I know that would have been much better if he had like a big body. If he was a bigger body, he would have definitely held on to that. But that was a tough catch and stuff. And Alan Lazard, I'll give you your props, man. You're showing up.
Give him his props. Give him his props. Give that man his props.
Gotta give him his props.
I tell you what, Alan Lazard, I dump on him, but I give him his props when it's necessary. Yep. He had a night, that catch at the half or before the half, that Hail Mary he came down with, I want to show him his respects. Alan Lazard, you get a round of applause, man. Go ahead, clap it up for him. Let's give it to him. Yeah. I want to show him respect.
Absolutely.
Not too much. Not too much. I don't pay the studio audience that
much
money. So not too much, okay? But I tell you what, Alan Lazard played well last night. I'm going to say that. He came up with crucial catches. That touchdown before the half was crucial because, again, the Bills got the ball back after the half, and the Jets were on the rope at that point. So I tell you what, Alan Lazard stepped up and showed out. But like you said, Mike Williams is awful. He was awful, man. And I don't know what in the world he was doing. I mean, to even hear Aaron Rodgers call him out after the game. He called him out after the game and told everybody he's running the wrong route. I don't even know where the heck he was running. That's not the route he's supposed to run. He's not even supposed to be over there, you know? And it's like, man. And then he slips and falls, and the ball gets intercepted because he does. It's mind-blowing, man. It's completely mind-blowing. And like you said, the penalties continue. 11 for 110. You go to the defensive side of the ball, Kinlaw out there committing penalties like he don't give a crap. You know, it's just it's ridiculous, man. It's completely ridiculous, and it needs to get cleaned up, point blank, period. Now, we covered the team and what we saw against the Bills. Davante Adams, man, he's a New York Jet, right? Everybody was screaming about it. Well, he's here now, right? He's here. Jets traded conditional third-round pick. Could be a second-round pick, depending on if he meets certain markers. What are your thoughts about this trade, Davante now being a Jet?
Man, oh man. Now we can get to the positive side of this thing. I'm sorry this had to be negative, but man, oh man, I had to get that off my chest. But yes, like I said, I've been watching Davante Adams. I knew he was on the watch. Watching the Netflix series with the wide receivers. Yeah. I told y'all about that a couple of weeks ago, and I told you that he's been doing podcasts and he's been hitting that. Listen, I do miss, playing with Aaron Rodgers because he would have had me on this play and had me on that play and stuff like that. So I knew he was coming, but I was kind of curious if we would have lost this game, he would have went to the Bills. That was my concern. That was the only concern I had with the situation because he's looking at it long term. Like, all right, Aaron Rodgers might be playing for 1 year, and I can have this guy Josh Allen for a couple of more years. I would have been heartbroken. I can't even lie because this is like, man, you just got rid of Stephon Diggs out of there. You got Tyreek Hill, which is the offensive player of the year last year. It's just like, man, we're getting killed right now. But I'm glad he came. I'm so happy. I feel like this team is going to definitely take off offensively now that the plays are actually much more better. You can tell Nathaniel Hackett is not calling this. We had one delay of game this game. One out of the 7 times that we had or 10 times. So this was much better. The plays was looking more fresher and stuff like that. And now that you have Davante Adams, it's going to open up so much for Garrett Wilson now. You can't double on Garrett Wilson. And even Alan Lazard, I'm like, man, he's making a case for himself. And then Mike Williams, I'm kind of shocked that he's still on the team, but, hopefully he could get some type of rhythm going and actually call for the ball, or he just keep doing what he's doing and just be a decoy or something like that. But, we got 3 playmakers now.
So my question for you is this,
3 playmakers now. I'm happy. Yes,
my question is this, though. How quickly do you think Davante will be able to build chemistry with this offense and with this team? Right? We know that him and Rodgers definitely have some chemistry from the past, but still, they haven't played together in a little bit now. Everybody forgets he was a Raider for a minute, okay? Now he's coming back, right? Rodgers is his quarterback yet again. How quickly are you expecting Davante Adams and Aaron Rodgers to look like they did in the past?
Listen, I feel like it was just I'm going to say it like this. The way how he talks in his podcast and the way how Aaron Rodgers talk about him, it was just like a burning cessation for them to come back together and start basically start with end where they started and stuff like that. So I feel like now is going to be like more of an opportunity for them to get the chemistry together, and I just feel like they're going to go back to what they normally like to do. He's going to tell Aaron Rodgers, because he told multiple times on podcasts, even with Club Shay Shay, whatever, on there, Shannon Sharp, that he talked to him, and he was like, basically, he tells Aaron Rodgers, look, I'm going to do this. I want you to see me on there because I'm going to be open. Trust and believe me. So there's going to be – they got the chemistry already. They just got to go out there and show the product, and hopefully he gets it. He's a professional. He's a pro. If he's working with these guys from the Raiders that are half quarterbacks, these below-average quarterbacks and stuff like that, I know for a fact he could do really good when it comes to this offense with Aaron Rodgers running things and Todd Donlan. I'm going to say he's actually did a good job. So I'm just so happy that we actually got him. It just feels like a win-loss situation. Like we lost the game, but we got the player that we need, and we could go forward knowing that we have that security that this guy, he does not like to lose. Davante Adams does not like to lose. He really is going to play out there, and he's very tough. And he's not going to be no decoy, so you don't have to worry about that.
No.
He's a playmaker. X factor.
Yeah. But the big question is, man, again, Davante Adams.
So this is
right.
the New York Jet Packers.
You're right. Listen, Davante Adams is an absolute weapon. He's a big factor, but does he fix a lot of the problems, that is on the Jets offense?
Nope.
And you look along this offensive line, Tyron Smith, let me tell you something. He's letting guys get smacked. He's committing penalties. We'll see. But again, Davante is an absolute weapon. And utilized within this offense, if he can get utilized correctly, boy, oh boy, this is going to be something deadly. And again, it really depends on how quickly that chemistry is going to get rolling. I also want to ask you about Hassan Riddick. They're allowing Woody Johnson talked about allowing him to look for a trade. What are your thoughts about this situation, man?
I mean, it should have been happening and stuff like that. Even though they did restructure Davante Adams' contract and stuff, there is still wiggle room that he could stay here and stuff. But hey, listen, if he doesn't want to be here, he could go ahead, give us some draft capital back. I will be more than happy for that to happen. But at the end of the day, we definitely need somebody. We need somebody on that defensive line, because the way how it's going right now, it's not looking too strong for us, because I'm looking long term, and I know I'm not supposed to look long term, but the way how these backup running backs are running on us, and they're not even the starters, is bad. That just screams that we're going to be in trouble, especially when we get in the playoffs, because this is not good. This is not good product. They're going to have to find something somehow, some way, or even coaching. And you was talking about is Davante Adams going to fix all the situation? It's going to have to come up to the coaches. You have to, and another thing, I'm going to go back on it as well, too. Aaron Rodgers calling out Mike Williams. Yes, I kind of don't like him doing that, because, that's always been his MO, and that's always been his thing about Aaron Rodgers, and that's what a lot of people say, you're not supposed to throw your guy under the bus and stuff like that. But the coach is supposed to hold, people accountable. I don't want I don't want the quarterback going out there and doing that. I'd rather him do that behind the scenes and get that guy, to get him right. You know what I'm saying? Get him right, because it's looking like, the reason why I threw that interception because he threw the wrong route. So then you're throwing him under the bus. But even though Mike Williams, he hasn't really been playing good, like I said. But and that's all I got to say about that. But Hassan Reddick, hopefully we could get some draft capital back, or get some another player in here. And there's a lot of teams that are selling a lot of veterans. You got the Browns right now. They're looking like they might be selling a lot, and you got the Jaguars as well too. So those are teams that to look out for.
Yeah, I mean, the Bills made a move and got Amari Cooper today, which is, he gets another weapon over there.
Yeah.
And we'll see him again. We'll see him again this season, I'll tell you that. Give me your 3 keys to victory for the New York Jets against the Steelers, man. No, go ahead.
All right, the 3 keys of victory. No. What I was going to say was they see that, they beat us, but they see that we're not stomped out. So they listen, they're taking too much of the highlights and stuff like that. The Jets is constantly being talked about. We got to make a move, because this is still not complete. They're still not satisfied. And that's what I like about the Bills. They're not satisfied. They still out there trying to make some moves. And that's why I'm glad that we're actually making some moves compared to what we did last year. I'm glad that we're actually doing it this year, but we have to put the product out there. And the 3 keys to winning this game is definitely tackling. Tackling is definitely a must. Protecting the quarterback and pass protection. I mean, come on, man. These are fundamentals that you should have down. This is the NFL. We really should be protecting the quarterback. And we have actually veteran guys out there. Veteran guys. But I will say the run block was much better, but some of those plays, when it was going to the sideline, we was doing it a little too much. I want us to run those gaps inside. I feel like we got to be a little bit more better when it comes to that. And I did like the play on the goal line with Brandon Allen when he was a fullback, and then they ran it in.
Fullback,
that was a perfect play. That's another touchdown. We left a lot of we definitely left a lot out there, man. We left a lot of points that we should have scored.
Yeah, we did. And man, I mean, you get a touchdown there from Braylon Allen, and it's just a different game. It's a different game. But you get a holding call, and then, it's just so many just ridiculous things happen in that game.
So we had so many opportunities.
You got to start holding these guys accountable. I don't give a damn. You got to bench them, make them run during practice. Something has to be done because there are far too many veterans on this team getting penalties in critical times. Far too many. Far too many. Far too many. And it's unbelievable. Val, give me your final score prediction. Jets, Steelers, who do you think wins? Who do you think loses? How do you think it ends up?
Alrighty. I say this game is the Jets is going to win. It's going to be 24-17. Jets, this is a must-win. These two games that are coming up are playoff games for us. You got the Steelers and you got the Patriots. We have to win. We have to win. If we lose one, we're in deep, deep trouble. We're in trouble.
Go ahead. I'll let you finish up.
Absolutely. So these are must wins right now. So we have to win these games, and hopefully, we turn the tide. And I'm glad we got the deal done right now, so they can get the chemistry flowing. And Sunday night, let's go, Joe. Hopefully, we get these wins.
Yeah, hopefully we do, because we 2-4, still got time, but that door, that light is starting to dim. We gotta handle business here and get things rolling.
Yeah.
Listen, Val, I want to thank you for calling in. Next time I have a show, I want to hear from you.
Absolutely, Joe. And like I said, everybody hit that like button, subscribe to Joe. And like I said at the end, anything he says is defamation of character.
My goodness. Get out of here. It's not defamation of character. Come on. Blog Talk works, man. And when it works, I have proof. I don't know. It barely works when it works, right? But it's working. I have proof. It's not defamation of character at all. Okay? Man, this is tough, man. Salutes to all the savages in the chat, okay? Tammy McDaniel salutes to you. Tammy says, I think Davante and Rodgers are going to be great. They have proven themselves already. Yeah, they have a illustrious history with the Packers, and I get that. But they haven't been together in a little bit, and guess what? They're coming back together, reuniting here. Todd Downing, a different play caller. There's definitely some, similar things within this offense and everything that we're running here, but he's got a lot of new players, new things. I'm hoping that they can pick things up quickly. That's what I'm hoping, okay? It's week 7. We're going to see how quickly this chemistry can be built. But if they can pick things up good and get rolling, let me tell you something. It's going to do wonders out there for Aaron Rodgers to have another target that he can trust. Now, if he has time, because the blocking is suspect, especially from Tyron Smith, that's another question. But, we'll see. Salutes to Ron P. I see you in the building. He says, Greg the leg is overrated. Ooh. He's missed some field goals, man. He's missed some field goals. GVH, I see you in the building. Salutes. He says, that pass interference on Reed was an uncatchable ball, in my opinion. Val reminded me Miller was out. Aaron Rodgers would have been 6 feet under had Von Miller been playing. Oh, man. It was a rough night, man. Rough night. GVH also goes on to say that Davante is an elite route runner, like Bolden, former Cardinal and Raven. I think he ages well and can hit a quick slant with this poor O-line play. Yeah, they're going to have to get the ball out fast, man. They're going to have to get the ball out fast. And it's crazy because we got Tyron Smith. We got Tyron Smith, and we're talking about getting the ball out fast still and trying to – it's like, come on, man. Come on. Sean Bennett salutes. In respect to you, Sean Bennett says Ashton Davis was playing like he says that Ashton Davis was playing like he was playing in Arena League football out there. Don't these dudes practice? He also said that Kinlaw and Clemens are playing like Twiddledee and Twiddledum. Yo, that's It's the truth. What in the world are Kinlaw and Clemens doing out there, bruh? Mind-blowing. I'll tell you what, we give Alan Lazard a lot of flack, man. A lot of flack. We give him a lot of flack. But Alan Lazard showed up against the Bills, baby. He showed up. He showed up and played well, okay? Played very well. Man, oh, man. Woo. Adrian Gutierrez says, Rodgers and Adams have chemistry. They have mastered the back shoulder pass, and Adams knows where to be. Yeah. I'm hoping he does again. That chemistry, if they've been apart for a little bit, all right? We're going to see if they can reignite that chemistry and how quickly they can reignite that chemistry. All right? I'm excited. I love Davante Adams. I think he's a great player. But they spent a little bit of time away. Let's see how quickly he can be implemented within this offense and get rolling. I know that, again, there's a lot of similarities and stuff that they ran, there with the Packers. The verbiage is a lot the same and stuff like that. He talked about that. So it's going to be exciting to see. But, man, this offensive line and these penalties and all this stuff is just mind-blowing. And then you got to wonder, if it is a tight game, right, like we saw against the Bills, can we trust our kicker to win it? In the clutch, can you trust Greg the Leg Zuerlein? I don't know. I don't know anymore. And that's crazy to say. We thought we had it solved, right? The Jets have always had an issue, at least for the last couple of years, with kicking, right? Then we got Zuerlein, and it was like, okay, we're money. Our special teams is money. And now Greg Zuerlein is suspect, as suspect as it gets. I'm going to talk a little bit about the Steelers matchup, my keys to victory against the Steelers. I'm going to start with our defense. I think Russell Wilson is going to be their quarterback. I think Justin Fields has lost the starting job. Those are the reports that are coming out. We'll see if Russell actually ends up being the starter. If Russell Wilson is a starter, you got to get after him. We got to get some pass rush on Russell Wilson. You got to put him on his keys. So you bang him around, you definitely going to get some turnovers. You also got to watch because he can still move. My biggest concern against the Steelers is Najee Harris and the Steelers running game. They run hard, okay? They run tough. And we've seen every team do the same thing against us from the Vikings to, the Bills to they're going to line up and run the football against us, power all day and all night. We just watched Ray Davis rack up, I think it was 97 yards by himself. Ray Davis, not James Cook. Ray Davis, 97 yards on the ground. The Bills had 149 yards total rushing against us. Just cooked us on the ground. Cooked us. I mean, absolutely got physical with us, pushed us around. We have to get after it. We cannot let that continue to happen to us. All right. Also, we got to worry about these guys coming out of the backfield as well. And I believe they have Cordell Patterson too, and we know he's a guy that's just he's all over the place. He's a guy that can come out the backfield. They line him as a wide receiver. He's a gadget guy, so that's going to be another thing as well. We'll see if he's playing. I know he's dealing with the injury. They got Cordell too, Jalen Warren. They got some guys over there that can run the rock. Najee's another guy, solid back in this league, can run, come out the backfield, catch the football. Boy, oh boy. The Jets better be ready, because if you get pushed around like that against the Steelers, it's going to be a long day. A long day. They also got George Pickens. I know he's kind of having a up and down, people talking about him, but he's a guy that can make some plays. So we got to watch that, man. We got to watch that. And Ferdinand as well, their tight end. We got cooked by tight ends as well. Kincaid and Knox were doing work against the Jets defense too. So we got to look out for that as well. Offensively, the Steelers can put it on you, man. They can rush the passer. T.J. Watt, do I need to say more? Larry Ogunjobi, they got guys that can get after, Veterans like Hayward. I'm telling you, these guys, Patrick Queen, these are guys that they will absolutely get after you, bro. They will get after you. So we have to protect Aaron Rodgers properly. We got to continue to run the football effectively. Tyron Smith has got to be better. I'm going to say, I feel like I'm just going to say that every game this week, or every game this year, excuse me. Tyron Smith got to be better. I'm going to say that every week. That's what I'm going to say every week. Tyron Smith, you got to be better, which is crazy because we thought when we got Tyron Smith, we were solving these issues. So we'll see if Davante, how much they utilize Davante in this upcoming game. But I really feel like Garrett Wilson is going to have his opportunities if the blocking can hold up. Of course, Mika Fitzpatrick is a good safety. I want us to stay away from him. But Garrett Wilson, I think, is solid. He's going to get his catches. I think we're going to be able to run the football decently against them. I do think it's going to be a tight game, though. I am taking the Jets to beat the Steelers at this point. I'm taking the Jets to beat the Steelers 20-14. 20-14, I'm taking the Jets.